Today we're going to learn a secret way to practice skip counting. Oh, once you learn all these, you will be so good at it. You know the first one. When you are counting, you do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And 10 ends in a 0 again. Look, it starts at the beginning and it goes again at the end. So your pattern for counting by ones looks like this. If you want to count by tens, which is the next easiest one, you have what number at the end? Oh, did you say 0? Look at this. There's always a 0. And no matter what you do, it always ends in a 0. So if you take this in front and you want to count by tens, look, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, because it always ends in a 0. Well, what if you want to count by twos? Let's look at this one. What's the pattern for 2? 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Then it repeats again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. So all you have to do for counting by twos is remember this pattern. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Let's show you how that works. When you want to do this counting, what you do is you start this 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, and then you put a 1 in it. Oh, look. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. And all you're doing is putting a different 10 in front of it. 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. 42, 44, 46, 48. What comes next? 50. So if you can remember 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, and then you just put a different 10 in front of it, you'll master skip counting by twos in no time. What's the next easiest one after the tens? Did you say counting by fives? Yes, it is. So when you count by fives, what's the pattern? The pattern is 5, 0. That's it. Oh, that's way easier even than counting by twos. 5, 0. That doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. 5, and you just add in your 10 in front of it. 5, 10. Oh, what goes next? 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, and 95. Well, how do you know how many times to do this? Well, after you have done your 5, you do each of these numbers 2 times. 1 for the 0 and 1 for the 5. Let's show you that again. 10, 15. It's only 2 times for that one. If you're doing the 2, it would be 20, 25. Only 2 times. Well, let's do another one that is harder than the 2, harder than the 5 and the 10, and harder than counting by ones. That's counting by fours. Let's skip the 3 because the 3 is really hard. You ready? What's the pattern for counting by fours? 4, 8, 2, 6, 0. So if you remember that you can only use 4, 8, 2, 6, 0 4, 8, 2, 6, 0, and keep on repeating just those numbers, you'll get it. Let's check it out by adding our tens in front. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Then you start this one again. 44, 48, 52, 56, 60, 64, 68, 72, 76, 80, 84, 88, 92, 96. And did you notice that every time I've done this, we are ending with the zeros at the end? Well, that's because it would have to go to 100. We haven't done that one yet. All right, let's put the 4s aside. Counting by 8s is very easy. It's just like counting by 4s. It only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers in the pattern, just like this one. 8, 6. What comes next? 8, 16, 24. Oh, look at that. 32, 40. Now, did you see this one? When you're counting by 8s, it's 2 less every time. 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Well, let's check it out. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. 88, 96, and this one would be 104. Way to go. There's the pattern for counting by 8s. 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. You keep on repeating that and you memorize it. You cannot use any other numbers in this pattern. So let's look at what we've done. We've counted by 10s. We counted by 1s. We counted by 2s. We counted by 5s, we counted by 4s, we counted by 8s. What's next that we could learn? Well, you know what? Counting by 7s is hard. Counting by 3s is hard. What about 6s? Could we count by 6s? What's the pattern for 6? 6, 2, 8, over that again. 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers in there. 6, 2, 8, 4, 0. 6, 2, 8, 4, 0. Do you see that when you're counting by 4s and 6s and 8s, you use all exactly the same numbers? Oh, look at this. If we put this one in, we count by 2s, all of the patterns all have this 2, 4, 6, 8, 0, but they're in a different order. Next time for the 4s, it's 4, 8, 2, 6, 0. 6 is 6, 2, 8, 4, 0. And 8 is 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. So all you have to do is remember what order they come in, and you'll get it. Let's go on to counting by 6s. You ready? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84, 90, 96, and then you'd go on to 102. All right, let's tackle those two that are really hard. Oh, I don't know if I could do those. Yes, you can. They are hard, but you will get it. When you're counting by threes, how does it go? It goes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Oh my, look at that long, long list of numbers. 3, 6, 9, 2, 5, 8, 1, 4, 7, 0. This one is really long. So what you do is instead of counting by threes, if you need to learn that 3 times 6 equals something, you would just count by sixes 3 times instead. That would be much easier. If you wanted to count 3 times by 8, you would just count 3 times by the 8 because it's harder to memorize this big long list. Similarly, you would do the same thing if you're counting by sevens. So the counting pattern for 7 is a long one. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 70, so that would be a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers in that one. Look at how long those both are, and it would be very difficult to memorize them. So you could memorize them and start with 7, or when you're doing 7 times 8, you would just count by 8 7 times. If you're doing it by 6, 7 times 6, you would just count by 6 7 times. On and on and on. So really the only ones that you need to practice are 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 7 is 21. And the rest of the 7s and 3s you can figure out by doing the other skip counting. Now, what about 9s? Oh, 9s are so easy. Oh, it's a long, long pattern, but it's an easy pattern. The pattern for 9 is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So you'd take the same thing, and look, these ones all go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These ones all go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And it's 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. That seemed easy, didn't it? Now let's give you a bonus thing about doing 9s. I learned this a long time ago, and I was able to teach it to lots of children. You ready? If you're doing 1 times 9, you put the pinky finger underneath, and then you put out your 9 fingers. 1 times 9 is 9. If you wanted to do 2, you put this finger, your ring finger, underneath, and then 9 times 2 is, if this was a 10, and then you had 8, the answer is 18. Do you see that? If you want to do 3, you tuck under this finger. These are the 10s. These are the 1s. You ready? 3 times 9 is 27. 4. 4 times 9 is 36. 5 times 9, tuck it under, is 45. 6 times 9 is 54. 7 times 9 is 63. 8 times 9 is, how many is that? 72. 9 times 9 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 99. Sorry, I said that wrong, didn't I? 9 times 9 is 81. I skipped a number. 10 times 9 is 90. 9 with nothing over here on this side. Thanks for having fun and learning lots of skip counting for multiplication.